Mark here. Lawfare, imminence, Branca's 5 elements, and we're still going with immediate threat and imminence. Excuse me, imminence. I do speak English. Today I want to talk about ways that you can screw this up. Now, I can't remember the name of the shooter, but there was a guy who he'd gone out of his way to confront a woman for parking in a handicapped parking lot. He felt it was his job to, adjust. This happened in Florida. I'll put the name down below. And he's getting her face. Her boyfriend comes out of the store, sees him, in her face, walks up, knocks him on his ass. I mean, blows him down on the ground. And this big disparity of force here. And the guy starts moving in on the guy on the ground. The guy on the ground pulls the gun and shoots him. Now, this would look pretty straightforward. The reason they nailed him is because of the video. Because when he pulled that gun, right, the other dude was still in attack range, very effectively in attack range, and he had been advancing, but when he saw the gun, he hesitated. He paused. And that's when the guy shot him. And we are talking about a 1-second pause while this dude tried to figure out what the hell is he going to do about it. And they nailed him because when he pulled the trigger, there was not immediate threat. Whoa, wait a minute. Just got knocked down. The guy's charging, or the guy is moving in on him. Right, suddenly realizes there's a gun involved here, and he stops to think what to do about it. But he was still in attack range. Okay, but he wasn't advancing. Yeah, okay. Now we're talking splitting hairs here. Unrealistic standard is that the guy sees the gun and turns and runs immediately. I mean, like, no time in between. A lot of times, something you have to be aware of is that when a situation changes like this, there's going to be a pause while the other person tries to figure out what to do. And if you see that pause, work with it. I mean, if you may be adrenalized. Oh my God, he's charging, fangs. Bam, 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 bam. But you got to be looking for the pause. And if that pause is there, if this is being recorded, you're going to get nailed for this because they're going to claim there was no immediate threat because the guy was not closing. Okay? That's a problem. It's something that, if you got questions, we'll talk about it, etc. But watch this, where, like, if the guy hits, say he throws a punch and you punch him back and he steps back, it's like, wait a minute. If you close that distance to hit him again, they're going to say you were the aggressor because he wasn't aggressing when you threw the second punch. It gets into this kind of hair splitting. Okay? And be prepared to justify your action of, like, yes, I still felt that he was a threat because he was in attack range. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Okay? This is stuff you need to be able to articulate and explain. Now, another area where people screw up is he might. Yeah. If you knock somebody down and he's down on the ground, technically speaking, the immediate threat has passed. Especially because you have an opportunity to get the hell out of there. But if you look at it and decide, well, he might get up and continue attacking me, and you start getting in extra lumps to keep him from getting up, right, you've crossed the line. Now, I should warn you that a lot of martial arts styles, especially the more, quote, we're badass, we're combatives, will encourage this behavior. they call them finishing moves. And if you start throwing in finishing moves that instead of retreating or getting out of there, you choose to make sure he can't get up because he might get up and continue aggression, you've screwed yourself. So really, really know when to quit attacking.